Guys, TechTitan here, and I am back again with a brand new video. So before I begin this video, I want to thank you all so much for watching. So in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the 6th generation of the iPad mini, and this is Apple's response into bringing back the mini iPad in a modern form factor. So I have a couple of things I want to say about this device, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that we're going to cover, of course, is the design itself. So basically this iPad is made entirely out of aluminum, except of course for the display. But I mean, it looks nice, it looks modern. It follows the same theme as their iPad Air, as their iPhones, with this kind of a squarish blocky design. I mean, I like it a lot. It looks modern to me. It just has the Apple touch to it, if you will. And the bottom of the device, you do have your 2 stereo speakers on the bottom, as well as your USB Type-C, which is fantastic on the fact that you can do data transfers, plug in external hard drives, and a lot more things. And on the top of the device, you do have, interestingly enough, your volume up and down, as well as your Touch ID fingerprint sensor, and another two pairs of stereo speakers. So volume, Apple did not skimp out on. So this is definitely a loud, nice machine if you want to watch movies on it, watch videos. So one of the things that are cool and interesting, and I actually like, is the fact that it does have Touch ID on it. Now, it doesn't have Face ID, but Touch ID is faster and sometimes more reliable, right? Especially in this day and age. And as far as the camera goes, so you do have a 12 megapixel sensor with a microphone and LED flash. Now, more on the camera in a little bit, but basically this is definitely a very capable camera. And also on the right hand side, you do have the magnetic strip to attach different accessories such as keyboards. More accessories will be coming on the way for this device so it's definitely a very thin machine. So it's 6.3 millimeters thick, or 0.25 inches thick, and the Wi-Fi model only weighs 293 grams or 0.65 pounds, and the Wi-Fi in the cellular model is slightly heavier at 0.66 pounds and 297 grams. So the iPad mini comes in with an 8.3 inch liquid retina display, and it's LED backlit, which means it's an IPS display, and the resolution is 2266 by 1488. It does have 326 pixels per inch, white color, P3 gamut, true tone, but its biggest downside is its brightness. So it's only 500 nits, so using it outdoors is going to be more difficult than the iPad Air or the iPad Pros. And also, one of the things that I want to talk about in this display, which I think, to be honest, is kind of it doesn't really look as modern as I thought it would be. So you also have the front facing camera, of course, but the bezels on here look bigger than I anticipated. And that's, to me, is kind of the most disappointing part. I don't know why they're that big. I think I could have been able to shrink them down even more. And yeah, as far as the specifications go, so you do have your A15 Bionic chip, which is fast, smooth, and it will do everything you ask for it. And yeah, so in the spec department, Apple definitely did not skimp out. Now back to the camera. So basically the camera, like I said, it's a 12 megapixel with an LED flash, and I feel like a lot of people that will be using this iPad, mainly, I heard a lot of people in the medical field use it, the mini iPad, just because it's not as big as the standard iPad, and it will do pretty much the same thing. So if they want to take pictures or simulate surgeries, that's also something that's really cool. So for the average consumer, here's my thing with the iPad mini, right? So it's definitely a really, really freaking nice machine. It's fantastic, and it's coming from me just because I did have an iPad mini in the past, and I thought it was way better than the standard iPad, just because the standard iPad did have these large bezels. It just did not look modern. But the iPad mini, the first couple of generations, looked better to me, felt better, and were similarly capable machines, but just in a better size. I think it was a perfect size to me. This time around, though, I do have to flip the switch, and the price is where I have an issue with. So this iPad mini is priced at $499 with 64 gigabytes of standard storage, and I think that's kind of overpricing it. So it doesn't have ProMotion, it doesn't have a higher brightness display, and these things just do not justify the fact that this iPad will cost you like $500. And especially if you plan on using an iPad for school, which Apple has been heavily advertising it for as a laptop replacement. If you want to use your iPad for school and you don't want to spend a lot of money on iPad, then I would recommend the standard iPad, the one that costs $329. The reason I say that is because, one, it's a larger display. Now, it's less quality as far as performance. I mean, Apple's processing power is just better than the competition, let's be real. And you can actually buy it with a keyboard attachment, and it will still be cheaper than the iPad mini. So basically, in my conclusion, I want to know what you guys think at the end, right? Do you think that the iPad mini is a great move by Apple? Do you think the price point is justifiable, or it needs to be at a lower price point? Me personally, like I said, if it was priced at around $399, then definitely justifiable. I would get it over the larger iPad. And yeah, with that being said, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. More videos coming soon, as you guys know. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.